to double whatever our goal is. However, you have to look at what your goal is. If you can't put activities around it to make it happen, then don't set that goal. It's not, our brain just connects some stuff. There's a level where you are, your brain connects that, oh, you can do 12 transactions. And then you get into that, and then there's a level you get to, your brain starts connecting, you can do 25 transactions. And you get into that, and then it can take you to 100 transactions. But let your brain connect that. And that's where I'm hoping we can connect together today. So, whatever, if you're a part-time person, you want to do 6 transactions, let's set up goals to make that happen. If you want to do full-time, I will think the least you want to expect is to be 12 transactions. Okay? But whatever it is, I just want us to be more, your goal is got to be bigger than you. I was talking to my wife yesterday, and you're going to get to a place where, in order for you to get really good, you've got to see beyond yourself. Now, honestly, a lot of people look at me, I work really hard. I really don't have to work that hard. I really don't. I have a house that's paid for. It's worth $2 million. I have a few things in my arsenal, so to speak. And yet, I work harder than everybody else because I want to do this other thing for this person. I want to do that other thing for that person. Once you get to that level, then it's more than the work. But we have to set goals around it to make it achievable. Okay?
Would you say that you should try to set your goals
Set goals
realistic, or maybe not be so grandiose about your goals?
Don't be too grandiose, but but you still have a little. If it's easy for you to achieve, then it's not a goal. It's not the goal you set. However, you have to have workings around that goal. Don't just put a number out there that you don't. If you want to get 12 transactions and you don't have 24 appointments, you're not going to get there. Okay, and if you're going to have 24 appointments and you don't have like maybe 80 leads, you're not going to get there because it takes so many leads to get an appointment.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's going to be what we're going to focus on. That whatever goal we want to set it around pluggable activities that's going to make that goal a reality.
For me right now, I'm just starting, so I don't have a lot of leads, I don't have a lot of connections, so I wouldn't probably. I want to know where I should set my goal. Maybe I should say maybe 6.
Well, here's the thing: if you're just starting, are you new in California? You've been living in California a lot.
I've been in.
Okay, all right. So you're not completely blind, so to speak. Okay. You have a database of people you know. We'll talk about that, activities that you can find. That's, again, it's just connecting activities around the goal that you're going to set. So that's my goal for you guys to achieve a goal that really matters. So let's talk about that. Okay, next slide. Okay. So what successful agents do every day? I don't know everybody, so I'm just gonna point at somebody, and I know some of you have a mask on, so I don't know how you look like and stuff. The number one thing is you want to grow your business every day. Okay. If you don't grow your business, you just can't wait for business to come to you. It may come to you, but it'll be 1 or 2 deals in a year. You can't live with that. You have to look at real estate as a business. Just think about it. If you open a restaurant, are you going to wait for clients to come? You have to go open the restaurant, right? And you have to create a menu in the restaurant, right? And probably put a flyer out or some hanging out to show that the restaurant is open. That's what we do. It's a business. So a lot of agents like, oh yeah, I'm in this thing now, money is just gonna come. No, it doesn't come like that. It comes with putting in some work. And here's the great thing. When you put in the work well enough, the energy of you putting the work will let money come to you. Let me say that again. When you put in the work well enough, the energy that you put out of putting out the work, if you will get those freebies that will come your way, you will get us, come list me. Oh, I remember I had a call, I was making calls and I got a call from a guy and said, oh, Gary, I'm with some friends right now and we're looking at this property. But you know, it looked like they have the sign in. We called the sign, nobody answered us. The listing had actually expired, but the agent's sign was still there. So I called the agent. We sold that house, it was a cash deal. But those opportunities will come because you are in the energy of looking for opportunities. So anyway, so main thing is you grow your business by lead generating for buyers and sellers. And then you run the business. So we're going to talk a little bit about growing your business and running the business. Okay. Let me have somebody read. Can you read the, what's your name? Cheyenne? Cheyenne? Okay, you new, right?
New, yeah.
Okay, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Can you read the grow your business and then the young lady, you don't look behind. Yeah, then you will read everything about running your business.
All right. Grow business. Number 1, lead generate for buyers and sellers. Number 2, make seller listing presentations and get listings. Number 3, make buyer presentations and get listings. Number 4, preview real estate.
Run business. Oh.
Okay.
1, market seller listings. 2, show buyers houses. 3, negotiate contracts. 4, transaction management and closing. 5, vendor management. 6, set goals. 7, compliance, risk management. 8, attend training and get coaching. 9, manage money.
So here is the secret to being a successful real estate agent. There is no secret. Success leaves clues. So you just got to do what people do to get the result that they get. In one of my, I think maybe in my second year or third year of being in business, I've been putting work from day one. I got to tell you that. But anyway, I went to an event and we had 3 top agents in the South Bay talking. And one of the ladies was like, when I get into the business the first year, I did so many open houses, so many calls, blah, blah, and I got 3 deals. And then the second year, I did the same thing. I got like 9 opportunities, 9 closings. And then the third year, I did the same exact thing, and I got 16. And I never went below that 16. There's some things you hear that like, okay, it sells you. Okay, so you got to do the same thing every year in, year out. And you pick a little wisdom along the way. Okay, maybe I can do this thing a little bit better here. Maybe I can do that a little bit better there, right? And when you do that, the opportunities come and you start doing well with your business. So the goal of our time is to kind of model what successful agents do and show you how to do it. Sounds good? All right. Let me start my screen. Okay. All right. So our focus today is to talk about lead generating for buyers and sellers and then setting goals. Okay. So again, those connect together heavily. If you know, okay, I need to do 12 transactions in a year. Find out what's an average contact to lead opportunities that you can have. If you are just average, and if you're killing it, you'll find out right away if you're killing it in terms of your contact to your lead, right? And don't be discouraged if you make 1,000, 100 calls and you only pick up one lead from it. And yes, for sure, if you make a certain number of calls, you're gonna get some leads on it, for sure, okay? It just, those numbers changes. Now, when you get to 1,000 calls, right? And you generally have an average of what it takes for you, how many leads you're gonna pick up from that. So let me actually give you guys an assignment. Write down every contact you made, up to the first 1,000, okay? And then see how many leads. Now, you guys know what a lead is, right?
Yeah.
Can somebody define what a lead is?
Someone who could potentially do business with you that you're trying to get their information to add it to your contacts and follow up.
So a lead is someone that's willing to do business with you. It doesn't matter if it's 60 days, 6 months. Anyone that say, yes, I'm looking to do this kind of business. I want to buy real estate. I want to sell real estate. I want to invest real estate, whatever that is, right? We're looking for those 3 type of people when we're making our calls. So if you get to maybe 1,000, maybe 2, again, this is where I want your brain to engage, right? Maybe 1,000 is too much. Let's take that off. 100 calls, okay? That's something you can achieve in 3 days to 4 days, maybe 5 days, okay? Anyone who takes you 2 weeks, that's fine. So in 100 calls, how many contacts that says they're gonna do real estate with you? So now you know, based on that, here's my ratio. For every 100 calls I make, I get 6 people, or I get 10 people, whatever that may be. Now,
Excuse me, can I ask a question? When you're making these calls, you generally have a source of phone calls that lead you to believe that they're interested in buying or selling? Or you're not just randomly just making calls to people that might not even be interested in buying or selling? They might be renting and not even thinking about buying or selling. That's not a lead, and you would be calling those kind of people, right? Randomly calling people, or?
do you get random calls every day?
Yeah, I get spam calls, all kinds of stuff.
Okay. I don't want you to over analyze that.
Right.
You just make contacts where you can make contacts, right? If you pick up the yellow, in the beginning of real estate, it used to be go pick up a yellow book and start calling them. That's where people are. People are listed in there. I can give you some ideas of, we are all in the cell phone age, right? Everybody has a cell phone. If you're, everybody pick up your cell phone out. And if you're listening, the way, I don't know if people are online, but everybody pick up your cell phone where you are. Go to your contacts and scroll down to your contacts. Usually when you scroll down, no matter what the phone is, it will let you know what number you have. Can people just put the number out, say your number out?
846.
Okay, got it. Anybody else?
295.
Yep.
540.
All right,
220.
220.
The other day, I think I had like 118, but obviously, honestly, I'd say half of those, most of them are people that maybe I met and I quickly got their contact, but I've never talked to them. They don't know who I am.
So here's an opportunity for you. It's a great, so you have 118 great opportunity that you're gonna introduce yourself to. Hello, this is Gary Nix. I met you, I must have met you somewhere. I have it down on my phone. I just want to introduce myself to you. Who are you, what do you do? And they tell you what they do. There's something we could talk about Ford. Ford is a conversation. What does FOR stand for?
Family, occupation, recreation, dreams.
Nice. I'm liking it, Sharon.
Sorry.
So it's conversation you have. I tell you, those 118 people are more important to you to get your business going than 1,000 people you can call from somewhere else. Because usually people get into your phone because of a certain connection, right? So you have that going for you to start with. So you connect with them. Hey, I'm in real estate. Always find out about people first. You know, we talk about fraud. Have a conversation with people. You know, what do you do? Oh, like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Great, great. And usually when you ask people what they do, what are they gonna do?
What about you?
They're gonna ask you about you. And then you're gonna tell them, yes, I just got in real estate and I'm really excited about it. Be excited. Okay, I'm really excited about it. And I'm just curious, is there anybody that you know that's thinking of buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate? I'm putting my hand because these are automatic things that's in you. You gotta let it come out of you every time. Every time it just come out of you, right? Okay. So again, I usually have a hard time finishing this class in 2 hours. I gotta move really quickly now. Okay, so envision your big life. Until our life is bigger than when I first got into real estate, my big why was my family, right? And oftentimes that happens with a lot of us. And for the single people, it could be your parents. It could be, I know an agent here that has actually an older sister that's special ed. You know, so it could be whatever it is, right? What you want to do. And actually, when I got into real estate, my wife used to kick my ass like, go get a job. You know, you're not making any money. I can't be making a lot of money in the house. You know, that kind of stuff that was going on in my house, so to speak. So it was definitely like, I gotta have a job that allows me to do better than this lady, right? So sometimes whatever it is kicking your butt, it's gonna kick your butt. But you need to have that thing so big in you. Now, imagine, when we talk about envisioning big life, we're gonna imagine a little bit more. Imagine if you create a lifestyle that you desire, you know, for yourself. I've been a sports fan since I was a little kid. I love sport. I just love sports. You know, Olympics, I'm all in it. Football, basketball, baseball, even hockey, you know, whatever it is. I just love sports, right? And it may not be a big thing for you, but you know, where I come from, we watch it on TV. It's not something we go to because it's just not affordable like that. And so when the time you think big life, that's big to me. Like, okay, I just want to be able to go to a Clippers game or go to a football game, you know. And I remember when I put it down, like, okay, I want to have a season ticket, you know, for this, you know, whatever. And then when I went and did the research, like, oh my God, it's not that much. But it was so out of reach before until I envisioned my life and I put it down on paper. And now I've been out. I've had season tickets for a little bit now. So, and a lot of time I give my tickets away, you know, because, you know, especially basketball, it's a lot of games to go to.
Can I share a dream with you that I had since you mentioned that?
Yeah.
I'd like to, it sounds way up a little bit, but I'd like to at least be able to maybe partnership with someone on one of the suites they have at the SoFi State.
Okay. All right. So all it takes is finding out what is that going to cost. So this is what the big life is part. This is where you bring it to numbers. Okay. And say, okay, if I want to have this, what is it going to cost? You know, I'm beginning to have, and you grow from time to time. Your brain just start connecting more stuff that you can do. It could be to help family. Some people have, a family and distraught, like, okay, what is it gonna cost for me to help that person? And also have me taken care of, right? And look at those numbers, okay? So this is where you work a little harder and just than the next person, because you have something inside of you want to accomplish. It could be, it could be just sending your kids to school. I have a daughter that's trying to get a med school, and my goal is I want to pay for your med school because I deal with so many clients. It's student loans. Like, okay, I want to pay for your. So far, all the school that she's been going to, we've been paying for it. So it's what's that going to cost? My wife is like, really? It's $100,000. She gotta get a loan. I said, no. Let's just put in a vision board of what we're gonna do. And you just think bigger like that, and things happen for you because you are thinking, like that. Okay, so we want to set a meaningful goal, and we're gonna talk about completing the 411 to get there. 411, I don't know if you guys, one of your classes, have you talked about 411? Oh, shit.
Have we talked about it in this? I don't know. I'm familiar with it, but I don't know if we did it in this class.
I don't.
Okay, so 411, we have 1 year, 1 month, and 4 weeks. So 1 year, what do you want to accomplish in a year? All right. To get to that year, to get all your goals accomplished in a year, you set goals every month towards making it happen. Okay. Let me connect you guys with what really helped me in the beginning. I had a daughter, and the 411 works for not just business, it works for personal too. Okay. I had a daughter that had a bad accident, and she had stroke, whatever. And I set a 411 goal to get her to walk, well, to take a step, to start taking a step. And when she had a stroke, our leg was like really, this form, how people like a crippled person, it's all crippled out and stuff. And I just set the goal, like, okay, I'm gonna put a form on and this girl's gonna walk. And I went to see a surgeon, and the surgeon is like, Gary, there's no hope for this girl. This leg is really deformed. There's no way I can do a surgery on this. I said, what is it going to take for you to do a surgery? Well, she said, she's got to be able to place the leg on the floor, and it's got to be flat. I'm like, okay. If we do that, we do the surgery. She said, yeah. I don't think you're going to get there. I'm like, okay. So we set up the goal. I had a physical therapist with her. So we had to go find out, they have to do some braces that kind of start holding the leg, little by little, twisting it to where it can be kind of level. But we did that in a 411 plan. And by the end of that year, I got her to the point where the leg can stay on the floor. So I went to that surgeon, and again, she still, even though she was amazed at the result that we got, she said, no, she just doesn't want to go. So I went to see another surgeon, and we had a surgery done for her. The surgery was done, and the girls, she's working, little by little now. But that 411 led me to that. And we just month to month, and at the end of that year, we accomplished amazing stuff. So
Was that was something that you did when the doctor told you, and then there's a doctor now that told you it cannot be done. What gave you the notion that, hey, this is gonna happen?
Well, Keller Williams is really great for that, right? A lot of people, I have a love for this company. I really do. Because the training they train you affects so much more than business. Now, you can take it out well in the business, but you can also apply to your life. I just went by that 411, I just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. And luckily I had a physical therapist that really was in line with me. And we, just in case you guys want to know about the story, it's on YouTube, Gary Needs Bold Steps. They had an interview, I was on stage because of the amazing thing that happened with my daughter. All right, so let's have somebody, gentleman from the back. Can I have you read the slide there?
Thank you, I can see.
Yes.
Thank you.
Who we are and where we want to go determines what we do and what we accomplish. The one thing.
Okay. So the one thing is a book by Gary Keller and Jim President on how to structure a life to achieve your goals. We're just going to talk about a few principles from the one thing today that you should probably want to check the book out. It's just about, looking to accomplish more. What you think is possible is possible. So think, act, and achieve. You have to first think, and Carl Williams is really big on teaching us on how our mind can think. If you can't achieve stuff that you don't think about, so we really encourage you to dream and dream big. But if you dream big, let's have activities to support the big thing, right? If you we have a family reunion we do, we've kind of stopped the last couple of years because of the pandemic, but it's happening again this month. Then you meet agents. I remember I went to one family reunion, this young lady, she came into the business and she just got hold of the red book and she dreamed big, like, okay, I'm gonna do 60 deals in my first year. Like, really? And she did it, but she did it with activities behind it. She came into the industry, she hired an assistant up front, she hired an ISA up front, somebody that's doing calls for her, and they just went to work and they did 66 deals. So was on stage for that. So family reunion is where you meet a whole lot of different people. And there was one family I went to, one guy from Houston. He came into the business and he envisioned, he wants to have a company, not just a real estate, like a real estate business. And it came in, now it was some people come up with money that they put together to work stuff, but he had a staff of 11 people up front. And I'm talking staff, not the agents. He had a staff of 11 people up front when he came in. He had this, had that, this administrator, 3 ISAs, 3 VA, all of that. And they put that together, and their first year, they did over 100 transactions. And by the second year, they did 500 transactions. This team is still with Carl Williams right now. They are now nearing close to 1,000 transactions, after 5 years. But it was, so how you dream, we don't curtail your dream. We don't curtail your dream. How you dream is up to you. But what I'm just gonna encourage you here is put a plan behind it. Okay? Now, are there solo agents that's killing it? Yes. There are solo agents that are killing it, but they do the activities. So whatever the activity is going to be, so if you look at this graph right here, thinking is one side, time and effort is on the other side. So if you're gonna think big and have small action, it's not gonna happen. So what I like to kind of engage your brain is think where it's possible for you, and do that. And then you get things done at that level, and then you take it to the next level. So I don't know, I always feel like if I'm here, there's something that you need to hear from me. and you take it and run with it, okay? So, part of achieving goals is working hard. I think we can all agree, if you don't put in the time and effort, you won't get very far. So, I'm not pushing that everybody gotta do awesome, business. Sometimes some people just want, I feel like everybody needs to at least make 100 grand. Okay, and then if you make 100 grand, you need to make 250.
Right.
Yeah, and then you make the 250, then you gotta break to the 350 and then to the 500,000, and then your business can go away from there. So how quickly we can get you to 100 grand is kind of my goal here, because I think that's a level where things can start happening for people, right? Okay. So how big is our why is going to determine the result. If it's just you and yourself, it may be, you need 60,000 for you and yourself, to leave. But if you have something else, that something else always will drive you a little bit more to do more. So this is just showing you again small action. It's going to result in smaller outcome. Bigger action is going to result in bigger opportunity. Okay, so let's talk about the big life. Okay. So have a big life. You want to get to the point where, and Keller Williams really, and again, you go to family, you go to, they have this thing they do, but they have this event they do, and you'll see stories of agents doing amazing things for people in the community. Now I've done a couple of stuff that I didn't get my name mentioned there, but that's all right. I don't know how people get there, but it's not something that you do for people to know you, but it's just something that somebody pick up, and I don't know. I think LA is just tough to get people to get attention for anything. But amazing things people are doing in the community, setting a whole family up. So imagine when you have that kind of business, then you can go affect, one guy pick up a guy that always stopping him when he's leaving his neighborhood. It picked up the guy and took the guy in, talked to the guy, and got the guy into an apartment, get him all tuned up. And it was an amazing story. And he set the guy up, he paid for some stuff, and then he put the guy to work with the company. So just amazing little stories we hear people do. But you have to get your business to that level. You want to go help, some, shelter people. You want to go help this. You just got to get there. Otherwise, and the reason why a lot of successful agents are in this company is because we are taught to think beyond you. We taught to think beyond you. So to have an amazing career, so we're going to focus on how it's going to take for you to get to having an amazing career. Having amazing business that you can run. Okay. Anybody got any questions, by the way? Okay. So let's talk about understanding the goal. Okay, so we talk about envisioning the goal. Kind of want you guys to write these things down in terms of, okay, what is gonna take, look at what you make last year. Okay, I'm going out of script right now. Look at what you make last year. Okay, if your life was comfortable last year, if you had struggles with your life last year, because it's always good to start with where you are and then take it to the next level. Okay, and then so if what you make last year, let's say you make 60,000 at your regular job, or 80,000, or 100,000, or 120,000. What did it cost you to make that amount? You know, did it took you out of whack, out of tune with everything else? And they said, okay, what would I want to make now that if I make that, my life will still be good? Okay, so we'll start with that. And then say, okay, if I make 20, 30, $50,000 more, what would that do for me? Okay, and then let's kind of put, you know, activities around that. And I'm gonna come down to the activities, you know, towards the end. I might have to go out of script because I can't keep everything up. Okay.
We don't know what the script is, so we won't know any difference. We won't tell.
Okay. I mean, I'm putting up with their stuff. So, look at, in order for you to make a decent, where your money goes is really what we're trying to explain. When you take a listing, some part of that money goes to the other agent, right? The market seller takes their own cut, and you're gonna have business expenses, and then you have your take home amount. And have your take home, because you're all independent contractors, you have to pay your taxes. And I struggle with that. I struggled with that for a long time. I just really set all my taxes. Yeah, okay. I just really said it. So as quickly as possible, once you start making decent amount of money, you probably want to set up a corporation, a S corp, so that you can then write everything off of that and just pay the $800 taxes for that. This is just wanting to let you know that, you know, sometimes people hear, oh, I made $20,000 on the sale. Yeah, but it doesn't have come to you, okay? They are expensive. So you can live your life based on that, getting that check for 20,000, like, okay, everything is all good. No, you have expenses that you need to cover, and you have to put some stuff aside out of the money, okay? All right, well, kind of move kind of fast along. It's good. What the hell is happening?
It's just cutting away at your paycheck. That's the thing that we're looking at there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Can somebody get to a Holland, please? So I kind of want to get real to give you guys a definition of the numbers, right? Let's say, I mean, around here, most of the homes are between, you know, 8 to $1 million, right? I'm even going to give you a lower number. Let's say 600,000. I hate to say it, unfortunately, our business is really tough now. Commission is like nothing lately. You see a lot of listings, 2%. I still struggle with that. I really do. I don't like to put an offer on anything that's 2%. But you have no choice because there's no inventory, right? So you got to do what you do. But I usually don't take those listings, I can tell you that. So anyway, let's assume, I just want to be real in terms of where the market is right now. We'll have an $800,000 sale, you get 2% of that, that's 16,000, right? And then you gotta know where, unfortunately this thing kind of went, I can't remember the slide. What happened to my slide? It just got stuck.
Let me help you, my friend.
So. High key, I believe that it is meant to be like this, or did, like,
Oh.
okay, let's see.
Let's go back to the slides. I can put up the next slide.
Oh, there we go, it corrected.
Okay, so- But hold on.
I think those are the slides. I think just keep clicking and I think those are separate slides.
Oh, yeah, because it said, where did it go? And
Yeah, I
then
think it's
telling
making
me.
the dollar bill just
Okay.
go away, go away.
So, I mean, this is not real for us, so I'm not gonna say 300, I don't want your brain to even capitalize 300. So let's double that up, right, 600,000. But however, it's not 30% most of the time right now, it's 2%. If you get one, I just got a listing that's a 4%. I'm trying to get my buyer to put $100,000 more on that. Okay. Hey, that's the reason why they put it 4%. You know, it's gonna go way over because everybody's gonna compete on it.
Yeah.
All right. So if it's 600,000, you get $12,000, and then where that money goes to. You have company dollar, you have franchise fee that you pay. So generally, if you do 3 or 4 deals, you can be squared up on this. So when people talk about splits with Keller Williams, I'm like, again, it's small-minded people. We teach people to make really good amount of money to do, because we teach you the foundations of the business. And if you guys really take this Ignite at the core of it, your business will start rolling from here. You'll start rolling from here. Do what they tell you to do, and you'll get the result that you're supposed to get. Okay. But anyway, so you have the company dollar, you have the royal fee, whatever, and you get it all squared up. Okay. So let's kind of pursue, if you want to do 100,000 in net income, that's the money that you actually can say you make, right? In order for you to get there, you have 30,000 in company dollar. Over here, I think it's actually 18 plus 3 is 21. They just put an average for some business center, they charge them more. You have business expenses that you're gonna have to incur. What are your business expenses? You guys familiar?
I mean, marketing, right?
Yeah. So generally, when you're making 180,000, you have to do marketing. Now, you could be killing it. I'm gonna give you guys some secrets to where your expenses is not that high. And that's where a lot of agents don't want to be. That's where you really can cut your expenses. If you call your phone.
Yeah.
If you call your phone, I don't know why people have, now I guess, I mean, I went through that for a long time too. That's just real. It's just easier to call people you don't know. If they blow you out, hang up on you, you don't sweat. I get it. Because when you call people you know and they blow you out, you have a little stick-up attitude on it. But you have to grow. If you see the value of connecting with those people, as opposed to those people that don't know you, the value is so much higher than the rejection you get out of it. You know, and sometimes we over highlight the rejection and we forget the value that comes out of that. So you can start your business and cut off expenses in half or even by 75% if you just use your phone. How people you know, and look, if you haven't been showing up well, this is a place where you build character of showing up well, right? But yeah, because I think what happened is most of us, people we know, they know us, right? If you're not showing up well, I was talking to an agent, and there's another KW guy from big cities that he knew from when they were high school. And he said he was just such a mess, blah, 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 blah. But the guy's killing it now. He turned his mess into good. He said, yeah, I was messy before, but here's who I am today. I can show up better today, right? And him that was like, shows up well, because I interviewed him well enough to know that he was really good in high school when he went to, right? But he ain't calling anybody that he knows, right? He just want to do marketing, outside, blah, blah. So he has a very small business, while the other guy is like freaking killing it. I was in a award ceremony with him not too long ago. And we both flip our head like, oh, okay, blah, blah. But the guy's doing great because he uses mess to start turn things around. You just gotta show up differently, is my point. That it doesn't matter who knows you, when you, or what, okay? Just say, hey, this is who I am today. When I got into this business, I used to be like a Cub Scout guy, and I invited a friend to my house not too long ago, and he was telling me, Gary, when you went into real estate, everybody in Cub Scouts was like, there's no way he's gonna make it in real estate, right? So now I don't know how they have that mindset, because in Cub Scout, I think I showed up pretty well there, so anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's easier to convince those people to do business with you.
You may have to start like a lot of my contacts, maybe the relationship developed around something that has nothing to do with growth. So you have to at least broach the
Yeah,
where
you have to
we're
be
at.
a little bit. Yeah, I get it. When I started real estate, I used to do retail before I came into real estate. I was really good at retail. And I have really high lofty clients that do retail business with me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing real estate, I'm gonna be killing it. This are people that own millions and millions of dollars of property. But when I get into real estate and I call them up, they actually don't want to deal with me in real estate because they know me in dealing with smaller products. And they can transition their mindset, even though they love me in that, right? And there's people that will come back to me, and I used to sell cameras, they used to come back and buy all kind of cameras for their family and all that stuff. And I'm like, really? Matter of fact, when I got in, I thought I was gonna, one of them is like commercial, he owns a lot of commercial building in Westwood area. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go get my license. He actually encouraged me to do real estate. And he forget about it. I'm like, no, so, but it doesn't matter. It's still creating connections to be connected. You want to talk to people to be connected. You have a question?
No, I just got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that's what's so valuable about being able to say we have a great team behind this. Because even if we just started or we're doing something else, what you're saying, we can always talk about the people that are here, the help we have.
Okay, so everybody knows Command, right?
Yes.
Command is really, really a great tool to help your business get up there. So in Command, once you're setting up, I think it has a percentage of your setup where it can get to 100%, which is basically everything they want you to do in there. Of course, they want you to put your contacts in there. You can put your goals in there. So your leads, you can say, okay, this is a lead. I have this many leads that you're picking up every month. You really can report everything like that. I used to pay for a coaching program that will tell me, okay, mark your leads every day. So at the end of the year, I know how many leads I pull up and how many appointments I went on and contracts I got signed. Command gives you all of that. And it can let you know this percentage of your goal. So it's really a good tool to learn and get acquainted with. Okay, I'm kind of moving faster. That's good. Woo, okay.
So good.
All right. So let's talk about doing the right activities. Okay. I want to leave you guys with this. Either you set a goal for 12 transactions. Not that I want everybody to do 12 transactions, I really want you to do 24 transactions. Let's go big. That's 24 transactions. Okay. Now you're gonna know in the next 3 months if you really get meaningful. First, you need to understand you are in a contact spot. Okay, you've got to make contacts in order for things to happen. Okay, so either you schedule an open house where you can make more contacts. It doesn't matter if a house is sold. If you're calling on the MLS and the house is vacant, even if they got an offer accepted, can I still do an open house for you this weekend if I can? Go do that because you're gonna any open house that happen right now, people are showing up in bundles there. Okay, but I really don't want you to discount. You gotta call people, and when you call people, you know, they teach you in Ignite to write 10 letters, you know, to them, and then go viewing properties. Okay, you have, and you feel real purposeful and say, okay, I need to have. If I'm gonna have 24 transactions for the year, that means I'm having 2 transactions per month. Well, in order for me to have 2 transactions, I need to have 4 people I'm working with every month. That's going to lead to a transaction, right? So I need to have so many leads. I would say 6 to 1 for leads to get somebody to sign a contract. So if you just really get purposeful and calling, so somebody put this in my head. I don't know how true it is. For one person you talk to, if you let them know that 1 of 6 people they know is either going to be doing a real estate business themselves or know someone that's going to be doing real estate business. Let me say that again. 1 of 6 people that they come in contact with. Of course, that's the same thing for you too, right? 1 of 6 people that they come in contact with is either going to be directly doing real estate business or know somebody that's going to be doing real estate business. So your job is to find who those people are. Okay? And yeah, there are some people because of a listing that's going to come to you. That's why the open house is a great place, is that people come to you for that, right? But there are other people that you got to track down. And it's really easier to track those people down if you guys work your phone. Okay, if you work your phone, it's easier to track those people down. Because if you just have a conversation with somebody, oh, yeah, my friend is thinking about buying a home. Or, oh, my friend's parents are looking to sell their house and retire somewhere else. You know, whatever that may be, you can do that. Okay, so doing the right activities really does matter. Is my point. Okay. Jesus Lord. Okay, so the 80-20 principle. 20% of your effort is going to get you 80% of your results. So 20% of the work you do in the business is going to get 80%. It's really going to bring the business rate. Okay. So what are those 20%? Let's just kind of hunt that in. What are those 20%? Lead generation. Okay. Lead follow-up. Right. Script practicing. Because you can come in here, I'm going to tell you, okay, maybe I'll leave you with this. I mean, you guys are really in a good place. When I first came into this industry, my daughter just had an accident, and it's a lot to deal with at home, you know, when I'm home, because G2 feeding, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And I had a coaching call. I had a coach pretty new in my business, because I know it worked well for my kids when they were doing track and field. And my coach told me, said, Gary, okay, here's the deal. You've got all kinds of stuff going on. Just deal with your family, be present, you know. And when you get out from home, when you go somewhere, the first 2 hours, I need to boom, 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 get on these calls and see which appointment you can set. So I'll be home during, all day because my kids, gone to school. I'm with the other one that's, not doing well. And so when they come back from school is when I just can't do anything. Number one, we have nurses that come, that wish you all, blah, blah, that can help. So when my other ones come from school at 3 o'clock is when I can come and can run to the office. When I run to the office, like 1 hour, boom, 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 call. There's Zoom call, those days. But if it took me a while of doing all this cold call, that another agent just whispered in my head, like, I see you do all this cold call. My first 3 deals were from my family. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. And I started mixing that up, and my business really started going up when I did that. So be purposeful on making the right kind, doing the right kind of work, and then you can chill, you can learn everything you need to learn, but be purposeful. Like, okay, I gotta get these calls in. So 10 calls is really what I'm gonna encourage you guys to do every day. 10 contacts you gotta, because if you don't reach out, you're not gonna get the business. Okay? So what is the one thing you can do right now that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? Make the calls, baby. Make the calls.
So once you exhaust your initial, your contacts at 10 a day, then where are you getting your calls from?
We have title people here. Whatever, I always like for you to lead to where your inner mind is telling you to call. Listen, you show, there's a miracle morning that we do. Some part of us, get on the Zoom. I'm not able to log into the Zoom lately. But a miracle morning is you take time to do some exercise. There are like 6 savers. Breathe in, breathe out. Meditate. I don't meditate. I pray or I do praise worship. That's my meditation. But if you're a meditating person, go into meditation. Just a silence. All of that is to get your inner mind to speak to you. It's telling you, okay, this is where you want to look for your business, and you go where that thing starts to go, and you find opportunities there because it speaks to us differently. The call of what we need to pick up is different from one another. So do that, and then you call Holland, you call Sonia. Okay, I need to get a list of these people. They'll find a source that'll get it for you. Right. And then you just got to make the call. Yeah. You just got to make the contact. So this class is about setting goals that matter. So again, it's really about you putting down, okay, I want to accomplish this much. And be specific, like, okay, if I want to do 100,000, but if I want to net, if you do 100,000, you're really going to net about 60,000. Okay. If I want to net 100,000, I need to do around 150, 140. Okay. And if I want to do more, if I want to do 250,000, nothing is impossible to you. I just want to be really clear on that. My journey, I think my first year in business, I did 69, and then one at 13, and whatever. And I actually I was stuck for almost 6 years between 150 and 180. I just couldn't get past that. And then finally I started taking bold. And oh, by the way, when bold come, you're better jump on that really.
What is it, bold?
Bold. Bold is kind of like a ignite. It's just like I took it 18 times right already. Nice. So I follow again. I just follow people. There's one agent I know he's doing like $2 million business right now. He said he took board 18 times, and by the 18th time, he just felt like he got it. And honestly, when I got to the 18th time, which was about 2.5 years ago, I really feel like I got it. So I mean, now it's like, okay, I can switch to that next level, and I have a big goal this year. I don't, but anyway, it takes you something to get there. But there's nothing saying that you can get to that $1 million next year if you want to. You just have to have the guy that make $1 million, we have a guy that comes into business, make $1 million in this first year. But he can with strategies. He had people hired for this and people hired for that, and they put it together and they got it. So there's nothing that's impossible. But as a lone person, what can you do to get there? It's real simple. You can do 24 deals, okay? You just gotta make the contacts, know what your ratios are. It's okay if you love cold calling. Some people get better results in cold calling than others. The gentleman that was just here, Bob, it's a cold caller and he gets good results with it. Yeah. I do cold calling, but I don't get that great result on it. So this year I've completely shifted my business out of cold calling because I just held on to it for so long. And I get like 2 deals last year. Out of 50 deals, get 2 deals, doing whatever the crap is. I'm like, right, forget it. I'm just gonna build a database. Now build a lofty database. I can do that. Without bugging them, I build a lofty database. But Cheyenne, you're really in a great place, having 835, that's contacts that you can start with and roll with it.
Yeah.
All right. Any ha-has for you guys?
You're just the first person I think that has talked about energy and that being a huge part of it, right? So I do think it's very much mindset motivated, and that comes from an energetic place. So I love that. Yeah.
Anybody else? And there's some stuff I didn't touch. I hate to say that. You can get to everything. So the key thing is don't lose focus, guys. Don't lose focus. Don't get into the maybe crowd. I've been here, one of our top agents now was in a class like this, and I say, and he's killing it now. So any one of you can be super killing it tomorrow if you focus on the activities that you need to do. But please, when you, okay, I'm in overtime now, it's fine. Do me a favor, you think through what your goal is going to be. You write it down. Your 411 is your activity plan to get in there. And if you start, this month is not going the way I want it to go. We're like, okay, we have this many goals to do, and really, we're just really slow. We're doing the activities, but the results are not there yet, right? So I'm just moving the results to the next week, So really, I'm on steroids for this next week for things to happen. But by just writing it down, something big, the book of Habakkuk talk about make it plain, write it down. Put it in your wall, whatever that wall is, but where you can see it every day. So I encourage you, if you can have an office or cubicle, have it and put something there that you see every day. Something about that, it makes impossible things become possible. So if it's on your refrigerator at home, that you can look at it, okay, this is my goal. I want to do this. And something, your brain just, I'm telling you, this is kinesthetic, kinetics or whatever they call it. It's something just catch with your brain when it sees something.
Subconsciously.
Yeah, when it sees it, your brain will move it to do activities to getting it done. Right? So
I cannot believe that now from not getting results for the longest, but not writing anything down.
Yeah.
And the years go by and you see, well, gone, and time's gone by and I haven't accomplished what I thought I was gonna do. Also.
Yeah, it's really powerful when you write stuff down. Things just happen from there. Okay, look like I still have some slide. I'm just gonna go to my. So the 411, I talked to you guys about that already. This is in command or well, you guys have your own flyers too, right?
Yeah, and we have the South Bay Hub that you can go into. I'm sure it's probably somewhere in there.
No, it's not gonna be in the Subway Hall, it's gonna be in KW Connect. Go to KW Connect, put 411, it'll pop up. So you have your annual goal, you have your monthly goals, and then, so annual goals, you keep it there. You know, I'll just make it simple, 24 transactions. Okay, so that means monthly goal, you need to do 2 transactions. And now you have to see every week, can I get my transaction this week? So I need to get 2 appointments in order for that transaction to happen. And if it doesn't happen that week, but maybe you got the 2 appointments, but you didn't get anybody at ESCO, move it back to this next second week. Okay, I need to get that ESCO open here. It is just writing it down, moving it, writing it down, moving it, writing it down, moving it. You will see things unfold. That's where the magic happens. It really is. Listen, in South Bay, we did 57 transactions last year, which is, of course, the most I've ever done. But it comes with, I had a goal to do 100 transactions. And you know, it just comes with writing. Now, 57 was a whole lot more than I've ever done before, but I didn't accomplish the goal of doing 100. You see what I'm saying? And I looked at it, and I looked at the landscape of things. That's why I developed into a team format, because you can't get to the 100 transaction by yourself. You know, I have a lot of, I do my calls, so opportunities come, but there's some people I even forget. Unless it's a listing, I'm pursuing the listing. Otherwise, I tend to forget some other people. And I'm like, okay, you've got to look beyond yourself. How can you help other people, do more? But it's writing things down, and then you see, because I know I put in a lot of work last year. By the end of last year, December, I was completely out. I just needed time. It was too much work, but I still had a good time. I went to all the Rams game. I went to my Clippers game. I'm a Clipper fan. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of Laker fans are out there. I don't care. But so I still enjoy life along the way. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, so I can really. So don't lose focus. Remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing, which is why the big why's got to keep staying with you. I want to do this. I want to do that. Even my CPS are getting, please don't buy another house. You just complicated your taxes and all that stuff. And that's why I stopped taking board. God, when you take board, oh my God, it will just force you to do something that you don't want to do. And you write those things down. It's when I first taken board, it's when I decided to go to Hawaii the first time. It was in board. I just write it down, like, Hawaii, but then when I went and checked on it, it's like, okay, this is possible. But if I don't write it down, I won't accomplish it. We've gone to Hawaii like 7 times in a row since then. But it's just writing stuff down, make things come away from being out there in the world into your world. So write down your goals. Write down, that 411 is really key. Write it down and start doing activities. You see, because you write it down, number one, you force your brain to do activities. Yeah. It will really force you. But if you don't write it down, it's like you don't see it. So okay, life is happening. So let's not make life happen. Let's go get it. All right. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Maybe you can go back to those activities or whatever you might need to adjust to say, okay, that was a little bit too much. We got to do make adjustments, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's how you move from week 1 to week 2, week 3 to week 4. And even if at the end of the month you didn't get it, move it to the next month. And there are times when your brain gets on overload, back off a little bit. Okay, there's because there are times when I set up a goal, I'm going to do 33 transactions, and I didn't get there, and my brain just went on overload. So I back off, like, okay, let me just do 26. And then, I started moving. And then I'm like, okay, I'm moving past this 26 now. Let me go back to 33. So sometimes you make those adjustments, like, okay. But writing stuff down, it makes it really happen. I'm a big believer in goals. have a big calendar before you and put down what you want to accomplish in those calendar. I have an assistant, she's a rock star. She, like, Gary, you're not gonna take a vacation. You said we gotta get 25 bills before. So I'm like, get her here. Putting out the work I need to put out. I'm taking a vacation. So it's just, it's that. So accountable people achieve results others can only dream of. So really being accountable to your goals and writing down make a huge difference. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we are at house, we talk about it. I gotta go. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
You're gonna do it Thursday? All right, you're gonna come Thursday? Are you gonna come here Thursday? Somebody else?
No,
Somebody else, okay. Thank you.
thanks so much.
Yes.
Okay.
Coffee. By the end of the day. Worse. Oh yeah, tomorrow, are you coming tomorrow for the? Yeah, okay. I'll be. Hi. How's it going?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
If I can make some sense out of this.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Okay.
I don't think I understand.
Okay. Let me read through what they
Hey,
Okay, so yeah, you're just supposed to look at it and prove it. Right. You notice you're also part of the team. Okay, so you're not technically a part of the team, right? They probably have you on like a coaching team on command or something, but you're not working with a team. You're working as a solo agent right now, right?
I'm on a team.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm on Fred Howard's.
Oh, okay, okay, so that is what that is.
But I don't want all these contacts going to everybody. Just keep it-
I don't think that they will, I think, and I don't quote me on this because I don't know, you're not a part of a team technically, but to show you this really fast.
Sorry, just keep it personal.
Sure, yeah, and you can anyway,
Okay.
but if you, so right here, because I'm with a coach, so I've got like a coaching team here, which isn't really like a working team, it's just for coaching.
Right.
So this is personal or team, so you could have, I think what they're asking is, and I don't think it'll go out to anyone else, but I think you could click your personal account, if you will, in command, or your team account in command,
How'd you get your
and
coach?
have. What's that?
How did you get your coach?
So when I met with Simon originally, he asked if I wanted to be a part of his coaching program, his Spotlight Realtor Network, and I did, and I'm loving it, you know, it's different for every person, but I like it a lot.
this right here, is that how it ultimately ends up looking like your
This is, excuse me, this is when you start your SMART plans. So the task portion will, or the contacts portion will be right here. So this is what you're gonna be looking at. So this is what Scott Leroy is gonna do for you. It's
Okay.
just gonna go ahead and populate all of your contacts in here
Yeah.
and already have like whatever was listed. So that hopefully their phone numbers will be in there. Maybe some people you'll have emails in for already. So that you don't have to go through and
Okay, well, like right now, it, let's see, he showed me.
I don't actually know, and we could ask, excuse me, we could ask someone with, about the team profile, whether that, if those contacts become accessible to your entire team, or if they're only visible to you,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't need
know.
those accessible.
So then you can just do it on your personal, yeah.
Yeah, okay, now look, and, okay, right now, this is what it looks like, it's on Excel or
Mhm,
whatever,
mhm.
and then the other one, it came back like that. Now, what is gonna, is it gonna be reformatted into something like that? Is that what he's gonna do?
Yeah, all he's looking for you to do is, I think this is the one we sent him, the Outlook, so I think this is the format that we sent them, was
We
this
did?
Outlook one. Mhm.
Okay,
So then if you go back, then this is gonna be, I believe, the one that they formatted so that if you approve this, it will properly become this. You don't have to do that. They're just looking for you to look through here and say, yep, we're good to go before they upload it, because they won't delete any of it.
okay, now this is a format that we sent?
And this is, I think, their one. So the Outlook one is the one we sent. This one, I believe, is, yep, that's the
That's the
one we
Outlook
sent.
one.
Mhm. And all they're talking about is command needs it to be structured a certain way with the name up here and the columns and whatnot. So that's what he did, is he just made the thing we sent them, he made it, he put it into the proper format, meaning like it has to be specifically, this has to say first name with uppercase, lowercase. So that's what they are professionals at doing that.
Okay,
Because they know that if they transfer it to this, you approve it, this will upload properly to here, where what we sent them would not have.
okay, because then it goes over,
Oh, yeah.
and all these are different actual, columns and.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that
You
part.
walk in, it's like, wow.
I know it.
what's all this?
And that's why they do that. That's why they don't make us do that, because it's just crazy town, right? It's so much. So yeah, essentially all you're doing is if you want to look through and like, I don't know, say that you,
Hey, y'all.
hi.
Yeah.
Lenny brought donuts.
I had a feeling donuts were coming today and I'm
I'm
gonna
good,
get
I'm
fat
fine.
in this place. What do I got though? I am. It's like pizza on Wednesdays and, oh my God.
You got Landis right there?
Nope, nope, nope. Thanks though. Appreciate you.
You don't see very well with my mask. This one.
The
comes out.
peripheral. Yeah.
I keep whacking into it.
That's all right. So it's kind of if you just wanted to, for you, I would say, yeah, just say approve.
Can you, okay, for some of that.
So let's see here, let me just make sure that we answer all the questions. Team profile, the agent is the owner and the sign. So you want personal, right?
Personal.
Decided, okay. For smart plans, care, as much as-
You have any contacts? I was gonna send to a team or that, I wanted them to be contacts I've developed, and I know they're real estate contacts.
Sure, yeah, sure. And here's the thing, is I think say that someday down the line, you decide you want that to be that, then
You can
you
always
can kind of
do
do this again, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, when those contacts are imported directly in the team, your personal smart plans will not work with the team contacts. Please confirm how you'd like to move forward. Okay, not a problem. We are not deleting contacts at this time. We already knew that. Yeah, so if once they're, that's why they ask for your approval, because once they're in, then it's your duty to delete stuff if you don't want them in there. So, but it's easy, it's super easy to delete them. And I can help you with that. It's not a problem. Yeah, so I would say where you're at, I would go ahead and we'll just reply to this email.
Okay.
So, yep, you can reply. And I would just say like, all looks good. I approve. Do you want me to type it for you? Just
Yeah,
fast?
I don't
No
mean
worries.
to be asking.
You don't, I'm not bothered,
Okay.
so. I'm not bothered.
Once I learn, I don't mind doing, you know, whatever.
Sure, of course. all looks good. These nails, I tell you what, the nails make it so freaking hard. It drives me bonkers. I'm so, they do, which is why I keep them on, but I'm like, I'm so efficient without them that it's driving me freaking bonkers. I'm like, okay.
No, I can get adjusted to it.
I'm
I've
trying.
watched some females and they'll just
With the
get
tips
the.
of their
Well,
fingertip.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I'm kind of not there yet. All good. You have my approval to upload, or let's say to proceed. That's great. Seriously, go ahead and it's so frustrating. Let's go ahead and upload to my personal which I use.
Hey guys. Hi. Good to see you. You prompted me to send me something there with a bunch of information.
You can delete it, we can delete that part. I don't think they will, though, I think it's just good nature.
I got you.
I know. I need to be needed, right? Does that sound good? All looks good, you have my approval to proceed, let's go ahead and upload that to my personal profile.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks so much, team, and don't hesitate to let me know if there's anything else you need on my.
Sure.
Then,
Right.
perfect. Cool, so that should be in there soon, which will be good.
Okay.
And then, yeah, and then I'm happy on like the first couple of you want on Thursday, if they're up in there by Thursday, then we can like click on a couple of them and
See
go
how
through.
I can understand what the format is.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah,
Do I
and-
need to
and-
input something?
Totally, and how you just like
Like when I
edit.
make the phone calls like they're talking about, and I get information like, and I'll know where to hit, I can input it immediately right into it, right?
Right, yeah, so I can help you look at smart plans if you want to, because I've been doing that recently, so it's just fresh on my brain to know how to implement those if you want. Like, there's an easy one that's just, the quarterly call will be good because it doesn't send anything from your end, it just will come up in your tasks and remind you, oh, you're due to call so-and-so because you haven't talked to them in 3 months, you know?
Yeah.
And then once you make that call, then you can go in and, see, I can show you here really fast actually, tasks, and we'll go over it again, I just,
Okay.
because I just think the more you get to see it, the more.
For
you'll be
sure, for
comfortable
sure,
with it.
for sure. It doesn't matter me just doing stuff and then
Yeah.
I'll learn.
So like, okay, I have a bajillion of them because then I'm past due on, but, so I'm supposed to call Cat Least, right? So say that I call her today, we have a chat, then I go to here with the little check mark to be like, okay, I did
You
that.
did that.
So I click it, then it's gonna bring up this thing, so it's gonna say, did she answer? If she didn't, did you leave a
Okay.
voicemail or did we talk?
Okay.
So say that we talked, right? So I'll click that, then you get to put in a description here. Oh, Kat's doing good, her dog is sick, but, and her kids are in, whatever.
The kind of a follow-up of what the discussion was about.
Yeah, so that 3 months down the road, if you don't remember what the fuck you talked about,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
then look at the
Okay.
notes from that phone call. Then when you call, oh my gosh, is the dog doing better? I remember 3 months ago, you know what I mean? Like, it just puts you in a better alignment to like,
Sure.
yeah. Yeah, so it is, it's really, really handy. So we'll do when you get your contacts in there, we'll go ahead and set people up on like the quarterly call system, just because again, it doesn't automate anything to them, that particular one. It just shows you you're due to call so-and-so.
Okay, and this is all what they're calling the CRM, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any like videos that I could like maybe look at just to get a better grasp until I see you again, what this is all about,
Yeah.
what I'm looking at, so I can like, you know,
Totally.
be doing some kind of homework.
Totally. I think if we go to YouTube and we do Scott Roy. Because it's only, so they're calling it CRM, but if you see command, that's the name of it, obviously.
Okay,
So
okay.
KW CRM is called command.
Yeah.
So when you see that, that's what
I
that
need
is.
to look at.
Yeah, it's really, really helpful tool.
What's up, my
Hey.
favorite phenomenal agent? How was class with Gary?
It's good.
Awesome, honestly. That
You
was
know,
my first time to get to like, obviously I've seen his face a million times and
Yeah.
heard about him, but it was the first true interaction that I've gotten to have with him, and he's a really cool guy.
yeah, he's down to earth. He's
Yeah.
someone that you would not anticipate that he's almost $1 million producer.
Right, right,
Literally, almost $1 million in
Yeah.
gross commissions.
Yeah.
In our office, humble as heck from the jury, I believe.
I was wondering.
You know, I don't know if he shared his story about his daughter.
He did a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how KW stepped up and, you know, provided with some financial
Oh, that's awesome.
position. I mean, he came out and he was in family reunion or mega camp, where in front of thousands of people shared his story
Mhm.
on how Keller Williams stepped up and provided KW cares for him.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, he's just a super humble person, soft talker, very soft, mellow. Sometimes it's hard to understand what he's saying. You know, all he does is really hit his database.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
That's all he does is he has, I don't know what his amount is. Last time it was about 2,000, I think, in his data. So I don't know how much more it has increased.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, he
But
said it was a pretty lofty database these days, so.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all he does. Just every day you'll see him upstairs making calls.
I haven't even seen upstairs yet. Everybody talks about this upstairs and I'm like, does it make sense?
Nothing spectacular about upstairs, but
Yeah.
if you ever decide to go, just go up the stairs.
Yeah.
And it kind of rolls this way, right? As soon as you get to the top, stay on your left side,
Okay,
and it's the first door to the left.
okay. And it's got
And
signage?
It has a sign that says KW. Walk in there, we have private offices. It's probably the same size as this.
Okay,
Without this training room, because there's like 2 offices, there's a kitchen, and then there's partitions and desks in the middle.
yeah, I just wanna see it. I'm like, I
Yeah,
never even knew we had, I mean, I knew we had a second level, but. I'm just like,
yeah. Make yourself at home up there, and yeah, we have it.
Do you have something coming
Oh,
in?
yeah, you're gonna come.
I have contract class today, so at 2, I think at 2 o'clock, I have my next class, but they keep forgetting the count.